Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So happy Monday, happy President's Day. The U.S. market is closed, but there are a lot of economic data to look forward to this week, which will probably bring a lot of volatility. So let me talk about that in a little bit and also talk about what Michael Saylor said, Bitcoin hitting $10 million in the future. 10 million? Is it possible? Well, let's take a look. First of all, you can see Bitcoin is hovering right around 25,000. Yesterday, when I created my video in the morning, we were right around this level. And then, unfortunately, we dipped down for some reason, all the way down to about 23.8. But then we started coming back up, and now we're right back to about 25,000 again. So 25,000 is definitely the local resistance right now. But I do believe we are about to shatter it, and I have some good things to show you in terms of this. But in terms of economic data, well, there's a lot. Today the market is closed, like I said, but look at everything else. Services, okay, manufacturing, existing homes, Fed minutes, Q4 GDP, jobless claim, PC inflation, another inflation reading, and new home sales. Every single one will be scrutinized. Every single one will be looked at and interpreted by Wall Street because recently we had Fed President Bullard being so hawkish once again. It's scaring people. It's making people think that he's going to influence Powell and make him be just as hawkish. So if these data that comes in are, I don't know, too good, it's going to spook the market once again. For example, if the existing home sales start skyrocketing, right, or jobless claims start going down, new home sales start going up, some of the things that you want to see, services PMI, manufacturing PMI, which will measure their, their output and the inflation rate, basically, they may come in higher, right? So unfortunately, this week, we're going to see a lot of volatility. If any of these data points turn out to be good or multiple data becomes good, I mean, it's unfortunate. I think it's going to bring the market down, but we will see. We will see what happens, right? I don't want to get ahead of myself, but yeah, just so much data. Now, there's also earnings, okay? Several, look at it. A lot of big Coinbase is reporting on Tuesday. Coinbase is a huge one, Walmart, and then you have like Nvidia, Square, right? You have several big companies that's reporting this week. So probably going to affect the market as well. So combined with economic data and earnings, this is going to be a very volatile week, to say the least. Now, something else that has nothing to do with anything, but I noticed that Facebook or Meta is now getting into the verification business. Basically, they decided to copy Twitter. Mark Zuckerberg probably looking for new revenue streams and decided, Elon is onto something. Why don't we charge people to get verified on Facebook? I'm not sure why you want to get verified on Facebook, but I guess for Instagram, there's still a lot of influencers on Instagram. A lot of them got their check mark, and it was basically near impossible to get unless you have millions of followers. So maybe now they're just like, screw it. We just want people to pay for that. It kind of takes away from the people that, not kind of, it does take away the clout from the people that earned it. So I don't know how this is going to be. Mark these days just seems like can't innovate. All he does is copy what other people do, but it's his company. He could do whatever he wants. Now, what about Bitcoin? Michael Saylor says, yes, Bitcoin can hit 10 million one day. 10 million, not even a million, 10 million. Well, it's not really him. He was actually quoting what someone else said. And basically, I think I've covered this a couple of times. Basically, there's a lot of people out there that thinks that Bitcoin is really going to steal the liquidity from other forms of investments. For example, precious metals like gold, and also like collectibles, and also like art. Oh, we're definitely seeing NFTs do that. Equities, which stocks, real estate, bonds, money. I mean, everything, right? It makes sense. People want to put their money on the fastest horse, and that's Bitcoin. There's nothing that has outperformed Bitcoin over the last 10 years. So as Bitcoin continues to rise, you go have more and more people, especially the young people, that are not going to be putting their money into bonds or art or real estate or gold. They're going to put their money into Bitcoin and crypto. So it makes a whole lot of sense. And if you do some projections, and Bitcoin just steals a small, tiny, just a tiny little market share from all these other investment assets, then yeah, it can actually hit 10 million someday. So that's the amazing thing. Quite amazing to think about. And it's probably going to happen sooner than expected, too. Many people think, oh, this will take 100 years, 200 years. Maybe not. The projections are like within the next 20 to 30 years, and it could come sooner than that. So think about it. Think about it. But in the meantime, what's going on with Bitcoin? Well, there's still a lot of people that are looking at the pattern that Bitcoin is moving right now versus before. So if you apply the same kind of trajectory as the 2018, 2019 bottom and recovery, well, that means Bitcoin is heading right straight up to like $50,000. Because in 2018, when we formed a bottom around 3,000, it went all the way up to 14,000 before settling down. And we're doing the same kind of growth or recovery, which we are right now. That would project Bitcoin right around $45,000 to $50,000 sometime in May or June. Many people have said June. I mean, think about it. We're almost in March already. To think that we could go from where we are 25,000 to maybe 50,000 by the time we hit June seems unlikely, but hey, stranger things have happened, and we have seen Bitcoin go on these tremendous runs that really make no sense, but it has, right? And again, you look at not just 2019, but you look at even the cycle before it, right? Whenever we go through these long, prolonged downtrends, good things happen afterwards. And the strange thing is, based on the past two cycles, both of the downtrend lasted about 14 months, roughly around there, give or take 1 month, right? And it's no different with this down cycle. We went through about 14 months of down. The previous cycle, we were 14 down, and then the previous cycle, 14 months down, right? So Bitcoin is doing what it always has and recovering from bottom. And here's another one from Willy Woo. He created this, the CBD Floor, which, if you look at this, is measure bottom pretty accurately several times. And again, when we hit that 15,000 bottom, we hit that floor mark once again. So whenever we do hit that floor and we're coming back from it, here's another one measuring SOR. This is the SORP, measuring long-term holders' conviction, like whether they're profitable or not, right? Whenever Bitcoin is in the red right here, right? But like I said, whenever we're recovering from bottom, good things happen. And sometimes they happen very fast. Sometimes maybe too fast. But that's why so many people think that, hey, there's a good shot that we could hit 45, 50,000 by June, which means we'll be hitting, once we break through where we're at right now, 25,000, we could be at 30,000 right around the corner, right? So if you think about that, I mean, things are looking good. Things are looking good. And lastly, I want to talk about, hey, how the very first the ordinal punk traded for a crypto punk with over 100,000 floor price. I actually think that's actually pretty cheap. If you look at how much crypto punks are worth right now, right now it's not peak, but when they were at peak, they had an infinite floor price. There was none on OpenSea for sale. It's all like conducted one to one, so there was really no floor price. It's become that scarce, right? And these very first ordinals, I think they have a really good shot to becoming that scarce too. So actually, I think this is a pretty good trade. So we'll see. We'll see what it does in the future. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Bitcoin is still right around 25,000. The market is closed today, but there's a lot of stuff to look forward to in terms of economic data, earnings, and Bitcoin is still doing what it has always done, which is recovering from bottom, and greater things are coming. So I'll see you guys tonight. Smash on the like, subscribe to the channel, and have a good one. Bye-bye.